this really cool new life that Peaky Blinders had when Tom Hardy came in, and you were like, Tom Hardy. She was cool, Helen, but she wasn't like wishy-washy. She didn't blow smoke up people's arse. Like, God, she was cool. Hi, I'm Sophie Rundle, and I'm going to be reacting to some of Peaky Blinders' most iconic moments.
I need you to post this letter.
Oh my God, a child.
Stamp's already on. Don't ask any questions. It's to do with insurance.
I am a child there. My God. God, yeah, no, I remember that. I remember that they were fabulous pajamas, and I probably shouldn't be thinking about that. I should be thinking about the storyline, but they were these amazing silk 1920s pajamas. It was quite intimidating, so I was just wafting around set in my pajamas trying to be as cool as Killian playing Tommy Shelby. But yeah, I guess that's kind of like the beginning of Tommy seeing Ada as this kind of confidant that he can come to. So it was kind of a nice new twist in their journey. He's just lovely. He's brilliant. He's not like Tommy at all, but he definitely has like a stillness to him, which makes people like me really nervous because my energy is very high and very sort of. And Killian's just very cool. He's really nice, but he knows what he's doing. And so he's definitely got that stillness that Tommy Shelby has, which is why I think he plays it so well, you know.
What are you doing?
I believe you boys call this no man's land.
Ada!
Shut up and listen.
Have you lost your mind?
I said shut up!
It's so weird watching it back. Oh God. Yeah, I remember I was so nervous that day, like so nervous, because they said as we were shooting, the first season was the only season we didn't know what all the episodes were, so we were still getting the scripts, and they said, oh, Ada's going to do this really cool thing in the last episode, and then I got it and I was like, yeah, that's really cool. And then I got to set and all the boys were there, everyone had guns, and I had to walk into the middle of it and do a speech. It was terrifying. It was terrifying. Underneath I was like, oh God, right, what's my next line? And then I just had to try and be really, really cool. But how cool is that? Like, what an iconic moment that she comes out with a pram. That was my favorite bit, that she wheels like the baby out, you know, and she just fucking tells the boys what's what, which, let's face it, that's how it goes, isn't it? Sometimes your little sister needs to come in and just tell you to pipe down.
No work accounts in your head.
No, you can't. And I just asked you a question.
Listen, I have two brothers, so like, I get that frustrated sister. Like, what nonsense are you two getting up to now? So I kind of, you know, sorry, James and Harry, but I drew from experience. The boys are just mental, and they're all dressed up like Peakies, and they've all got their guns, and I'm just sat there with a book like, what is this? Chaos. It's very, very funny, but yeah, it's total chaos.
I want him to spare me because of some peace pact. I want him to acknowledge that his anger is unjustified. I want him to acknowledge that he who fights by the sword, he dies by it, Tommy.
I mean, how amazing is that like, that powerhouse of those two, like, opposite each other. And I think that was the beginning of this really cool new life that Peaky Blinders had when Tom Hardy came in. And you were like, Tom Hardy? Like, you already had Killian, who's a movie star, and then Tom Hardy comes in, and it just elevated the game. And I think it was the beginning of us getting these amazing actors coming in to do these guest roles, you know. I think people saw it and were like, look how much fun he's having with that part. I want him. So I don't know, I didn't really know what to expect. I know that he came on, I mean, I didn't really have any scenes with him, so, but he came on and he would just kind of bring stuff, apparently. He'd have these like mad ideas, and I didn't know to expect that. You know, you never know if someone's going to be really laid back, but apparently he would just come and bring energy to it and bring new thoughts and stuff. So
imagine the father's scared. He runs away. You're left. Oh, sweetheart. The baby's black. He's a bastard.
I mean, she's just amazing, wasn't she? Like, she had that thing about her, and I think because her background was theatre, man, like, she had this gravitas that you just really rarely find in actors, and she was so good. I remember that day so clearly. She told me I did a good job that day, and I've like held on to that, like, because she was cool, Helen, but she wasn't like wishy-washy, shouldn't blow smoke up people's arse. Like, God, she was cool. And that was really nice, that scene, because we sat next to each other and we talked to each other as characters. And it was Polly without all the, showmanship and, the fanfare and stuff, but she still had that thing where you just kind of couldn't stop watching her. I mean, it's incredibly intimidating to work with someone like Helen because she was so brilliant. But what a gift. I mean, you felt much richer for having done a scene with Helen, definitely.
Your husband believes that being seen mixing with the common people is good politics.
Well, if this is our campaign for socialism, perhaps next time, Polly, you won't wear earrings worth more than the pub.
Right.
It's like a coat off, isn't it? We're all there in our fabulous coats. And we were all like, can we get away with keeping these coats on in the pub? Because they look so good. I love those scenes when you get in and everybody's just got one or two like zingers of lines, and it's just fun, isn't it? And I love seeing the Shelbys in the pub. It's like, that's where they're from. That's who they are. It doesn't matter how many like diamonds and stuff they have. They're like, we're back in the garrison, taking the piss out of each other.
So now your business is improving the world.
Sometimes, Ada, killing is a kindness.
Thanks for watching me react to Peaky Blinders' most iconic moments. Make sure you check out season 6. Iconic moments and stories, and we're just, I think at this point we're all completely invested in Tommy's journey and what's happening with the Shelbys, and it's just following on from that, and it's more kind of mayhem, really.